Hola! Hello there. Welcome to our Spanish lesson today. To help you with your learning today, you're going to need some equipment. You'll need some paper to write on, a pen or a pencil to write with, a pair of scissors, and you might also want to have some coloured pens or coloured pencils as well. So if you don't have those things in front of you, pause the video, pop and get them, and then press play again when you're ready to continue. Today, then, we're going to be carrying on our work to find out if nouns are masculine or feminine and the clues that we can look for to help us to spot whether they are masculine or feminine. And then we're also going to be using a bilingual glossary. So, a bilingual glossary is one that is in two different languages, and we're going to be using that to help us to find out the meanings of some new nouns, but also the genders. In other words, are they masculine or feminine? So let's have a recap about what we already know about masculine and feminine. We know that all of the nouns in Spanish are split into two groups, the masculine group and the feminine group, and each of those groups follows slightly different rules and slightly different patterns. We know that a masculine noun is likely to have un in front of it, and un means a or an, while a feminine noun is likely to have una in front of it, and una also means a or an, also the number one as well. We've seen too that if we look at the last letter of a noun, it can tell us which gender the word is. Is it masculine or feminine? So, feminine nouns can often end in a, and masculine nouns can often end in o. Let's read a story featuring some masculine and feminine nouns. It's called Que veo, and que veo means what can I see? Let's read the story. Veo una casa. Veo un río. Veo una persona. Veo una mano. Veo un libro. Veo un corazón. ¿Y tú qué ves? So there's our story. Remember, que veo means what can I see? And we can see that word veo in all of the sentences on each page again. Veo means I can see or I see. Now, on the first page, it says veo una casa. So veo is I can see. What do you think una casa is? That's right, a house. I can see a house. Now, una casa, masculine word or feminine word? That's right, it's a feminine word because it has una before it and it ends in a. Here's the second page. Veo un río. What do you think that one means? I can see a river. So un río is a river. Is that a masculine word or a feminine word? Think about the evidence. How do you know? That's right, this one is masculine because it has un before it and it ends in o. Here's the next one. Veo una persona. Veo una persona. What do you think this one means? That's right. I can see a person. So the word una persona, is that a masculine word or a feminine word? That's right. It's a feminine word because it has una before it and it ends in a. Remember that just because the word una persona is a feminine word, we're not saying this person is female. We're just saying the label that we're using to label this person with is a feminine word. The next one says, veo una mano. Veo una mano. What do you think this one means? That's it. I can see a hand. Now, una mano. Is that a masculine word or a feminine word, do you think? What do you think? Yeah, it's a feminine word because it has una in front of it. But have you noticed that it's a feminine word that ends in o? These are really unusual, these words. So it ends in o, but because the una is there, it's definitely feminine. And the reason that it ends in o but is feminine is all down to the word it came from in Latin, which was manus, and that was a feminine word. Page 5 says, Veo un libro. Veo un libro. What do you think this one means? That's right, I can see a book. And un libro, is that masculine or feminine? Yep, it's masculine. It has un before it and ends in o. And this one, veo un corazón. Veo un corazón. What does that mean, do you think? That's right, I can see a heart. And un corazón, do you think that's a masculine word or a feminine word? That's right, it's masculine because it has un before it, and it doesn't end in o or a. However, if a Spanish word ends in o with an accent n, then it's likely to be masculine. And lastly, it asked you two questions. ¿Y tú qué ves? And you, what can you see? You're going to get to answer that question later on. Now, here are some nouns that you haven't seen before. And what I would like you to do is to use those clues, use those tricks that we've practiced so far to help you to work out if these words are masculine words or feminine words. So, what you need to do is just to number 1 to 8, then copy the words down, and next to them, write M if you think the word is masculine, and F if you think the word is feminine. And remember all those clues that we talked about. So pause the video now, have a go at that, press play again when you're ready to go over the answers. Okay, have you worked out the answers? Do you know if they're all masculine or feminine? Let's have a look. So, un rey has to be masculine because it has un in front of it. The next one, una noche, is feminine because it has una. Then the following one, un chico, has two clues, doesn't it? It's got un in front and o on the end, so it has to be masculine. Number 4 is feminine because it has una in front and it has an a on the end. Number 5, un lápiz, is masculine because it has un. Number 6, un botón, that is masculine as well. And look, there's another one that ends in o with an accent and n. Then number 7, una canción, is feminine because it has una before it. And all the words in Spanish that end C-I-O with an accent N, they are all feminine. And finally, number 8, una joya, is feminine because it has una before it and it has a on the end. So, how did you get on? Did you spot all those clues that help to tell you if the word is masculine or feminine? Well done. Now, all of those words that you've just sorted into masculine or feminine are in this poem. And we're going to have a go of saying this poem all about masculine words and feminine words. So the poem's title is Masculino o Femenino. Escuchad y repetid. Masculino, masculino o femenino, femenino. Can you try and say the whole title? Masculino o femenino. And look, underneath it tells you what kind of a text this is. It says un poema. Un poema. What do you think un poema means? Right, it means a poem. What do you notice about that noun? Is it masculine or feminine? It's another tricky one, isn't it? It's un, so it's masculine, but it ends in an a. And there are a few like that as well, a few tricky ones that end in a but actually are masculine. And poema is ending in a but is a masculine noun. So it says masculine or feminine, a poem. And then we have all of the 8 words that you've just sorted into masculine or feminine, and the last line of each verse tells you a little bit about those words. Let's have a try of saying it. Escuchad y repetid. Chico, chico, chico. Lápiz, lápiz, lápiz. Rey, rey, rey. Botón, botón, botón. Let's have a go at saying those 4 words. Are you ready? Here we go. Chico, lápiz, rey, botón. Try them again. Chico, lápiz, rey, botón. Try them once more. Chico, lápiz, rey, botón. And then the last line tells us what kind of words these are. It says, palabras masculinas son. So words masculine they are. So let's try them word by word. Escuchad y repetid. Palabras, palabras, palabras. Masculinas, masculinas, masculinas. Son. Let's try that whole line. Are you ready? Try it with me. Palabras masculinas son. Try it again. Palabras masculinas son. Once more. Palabras masculinas son. Shall we try that whole verse? Are you ready? Chico, lápiz, rey, botón, palabras masculinas son. You see how they rhyme there. Let's try the feminine verse now. Joya, joya, joya. Noche, noche, noche. Canción, canción, canción. Niñas, niñas, niñas. Let's try and say those 4 feminine words one after the other. Are you ready? Here we go. Joya, noche, canción, niñas. Try it again. Joya, noche, canción, niñas. Once more. Joya, noche, canción, niñas. And the last line tells us a little bit about those words. It says, son palabras femeninas, are words feminine. And the order of the words is changed around a bit there so that it still rhymes. Let's try that line. Escuchad y repetid. Son, son. Palabras, palabras. Femeninas, femeninas. Son palabras femeninas. Son palabras femeninas. Shall we try and say all of that verse together? Here we go. Joya, noche, canción, niñas, son palabras femeninas. Very good. Let's try the whole poem. We'll do the title as well. Masculino o femenino. Un poema. Chico, lápiz, rey, botón, palabras masculinas son. Joya, noche, canción, niñas, son palabras femeninas. How did you get on? Shall we try it once more? Masculino o femenino? Un poema. Chico, lápiz, rey, botón, palabras masculinas son. Joya, noche, canción, niñas, son palabras femeninas. Did you manage it? Well done. If you want a bit more practice of saying the poem, you could always rewind the video a bit and try saying it again. Now, here we have our sorting baskets. Remember, we saw these last time, didn't we? Except now there's three. Last time we sorted them into two different baskets, didn't we? We had the masculine one, which is blue, and we had the feminine one, which is red. This time, though, we've got a yellow one. And that yellow one is where we're going to put the words that we're not too sure of. Okay, so we're going to sort into masculine, feminine, and don't know. So here's our first word. Our first word is abuelo. Abuelo. What do you think? Masculine, feminine, or don't know? Point to the basket you think it is. That's right. It goes in masculine, doesn't it? Because it ends in o. Here's our next word. Masculine, feminine, or don't know? That's it. It's feminine because it ends in a. Here's the next one. Masculine, feminine, or don't know? That's right. This is a don't know, isn't it? Because it doesn't end in o or a. We can't tell easily. How about this one? Bailarina. Masculine, feminine, or don't know? Yep, that's feminine, ends in a. And what about this one? Serpiente. Masculine, feminine, or don't know? That's right, that's another one we don't know because it doesn't end in o or a. How about this one? Acuario. Acuario. Masculine, feminine, or don't know? Right, it's masculine, ends in an o. And how about this one? Bicicleta. Masculine, feminine, or don't know? It's feminine, isn't it? Because it ends in a. And this one here, estuche, masculine, feminine, or don't know. Which one do you think that one needs to go in? It's another one we don't know because it doesn't end in o or a. And how about this one? Móvil. Móvil. Masculine, feminine, or don't know. Yep, we don't know that one either because there's no o or a on the end. And this one? Ordenador. Ordenador. What do you think? Masculine, feminine, or don't know? That's right, we don't know about that one. It doesn't end in o or a, so there's no easy way to tell. The next one here, oso. Oso. Masculine, feminine, or don't know? That's right, masculine, isn't it? Because it ends in o. This one, nuez. Nuez. Masculine, feminine, or don't know? That's it. That's a don't know one, isn't it? Because it doesn't end in o or a. There's no easy way to tell which one it is. So in our don't know basket, we've got 6 different words. There are 6 words that we can't tell when they're by themselves whether they are masculine or feminine. There's no o on the end, there's no a on the end, and there is no un or una in front of them this time either. So we've got to try something different to find out whether these words are masculine words or feminine words. So here are those 6 words. We can't tell if they're masculine or feminine, so we've got to try something else to tell us the answer. We can't look at the last letter. There's no un or una. So we're going to use instead a bilingual glossary to help us to decide whether these words are masculine words or feminine words. So a bilingual glossary lists the words for you in 2 languages. Bi means two, lingual means languages. And of course, for us, our bilingual glossary is in English and Spanish. It lists the words in alphabetical order and it tells you whether the word is masculine or feminine, as well as giving you the English meaning as well. So, what I would like you to do is to list the words 1 to 6, then look at the glossary and find out whether these words are masculine or feminine, and write an M for masculine and an F for feminine, just like you did before. So pause the video now, have a go at that, and then press play again when you're ready to check the answers. Right then, do you have M or F, masculine or feminine, for all of those nouns? Let's have a look and see what they are. So the first one, nuez, the word for a nut, that is feminine. The second one, ordenador, is the word for a computer, and that is masculine. The third one, móvil, is the word for a mobile phone or a smartphone, that is masculine. Number four, estuche, is the word for a pencil case, and that is masculine. Number five, serpiente, the word for a snake is like serpent, isn't it? Is a feminine word. And the last one, flor, which looks like the English word flower, doesn't it, is also a feminine word. Did you see the abbreviations in brackets after the Spanish words in the glossary? And then looking at those Spanish words, we can see we've got two that end in the letter E, one masculine, one feminine, and we've got two that end in the letters O, R, one masculine and one feminine. So words like this, we do always need to check. Now, do you remember the story that we read? So, what you're going to do is you're going to make your own copy of this story. First of all, you're going to be needing a mini book to put it in. So, to make your mini book, you are going to need a piece of paper. Plain paper is best, but lined paper will work as well. And you're also going to need your pair of scissors as well. Get a grown up to help you with this bit if you want. So, first of all, take your piece of paper and fold it in half like you're making a birthday card for somebody. Okay, make that fold nice and hard. Then you need to fold it in half again the same way so that you've got a long, skinny birthday card. I'm just going to use my table to do a good fold. There we are. So it's almost like a bookmark shape, isn't it? Then we're going to fold it in half one more time the other way. Can you see? This is a bit tricky to fold because there's quite a lot of layers. There we are. And that's going to be the size of one of your pages. Now, the book's not finished yet because we can't turn the pages. So we're going to unfold the last two folds that we made. So we're going to unfold one, two. Okay, we've unfolded the last two folds that we've made. Now, important bit coming up, we want to cut in the right place. So you need to find where your fold is, make it look like a tent, because you're going to cut here, okay, on top of the fold. If you cut there, it's not going to work. So to find the fold, and we're going to cut from the fold to the center, but stop at the center. Okay, if you cut all the way through, it'll just be two bits of paper. Then open it right out. You've got a piece of paper marked into your 8 pages with a hole in the middle. Now, next step, fold it in half again, the other way. I'm just going to fold mine actually that way so that the creases point outwards. And just firm up those folds there. And finally, the last step. This is what makes your pages. One end in each hand. And push. Did you see how I did that? Push it. Fold it round. And now it's a little book. So there's my cover. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, and there's the back cover. If you didn't keep up with the instructions, remember you can always rewind and pause it when you need to. So now you've got your little mini book. It's up to you to fill it with your version of the story. On the cover, I want you to put que veo for what can I see? You might want to put an illustration there as well and your name because you're the author. And then on each of the pages, I want you to choose something from the bilingual glossary that's down here and say that you can see it for your page. Remember, if it's a masculine thing that you can see, you will write, like it says just here, you will write veo un and then the name of the thing. If it's a feminine thing that you've chosen, you will write veo una and then the name of the thing. There's an example I did. I chose the word for house, which you can see just on top there, and I chose the word for umbrella as well. Now, the word for house is feminine, so I put veo una and then casa for house. The word for umbrella is masculine, so I put veo un, because it's masculine, paraguas. And then, of course, I use the rest of the paper up to do a nice illustration, and you can do the same. That's where your coloured pens or pencils will come in handy. So, pause the video, have a go at making your own version of the story. What can I see? And press play when you're ready to continue. How did you get on? Did you enjoy making your own copy of the story? Well done. Estupendo. Adios. See you next time.